The MotoGP world is in an uproar after Marc Marquez has once again captured attention, this time at the Ducati Race of Champions, where his aggressive maneuvering drew both admiration and controversy. In a thrilling display of skill and determination, Marquez made a daring move to secure a podium finish, overtaking Nicolo Bulega in what some described as a dramatic and contentious manner. The incident occurred during the annual 2024 World Ducati Week at the iconic Misano Circuit in San Marino. Competing alongside fellow Ducati riders from MotoGP, World Superbike and British Superbike series, Marquez was keen to make his mark since departing from Honda last year. The event, highlighted by the debut of the Panigale FIV4, saw riders pushing the limits on Ducati's latest machinery. During the Lenovo Race of Champions, Francesco Bagnaia ultimately clinched victory, executing a bold pass on pole position holder Andrea Iannone early in the race. However, it was Marquez's maneuver that sparked intense debate. While Marquez celebrated his podium finish, Bulega's race ended in disappointment after being forced off track in the closing moments of the race. Marquez, reflecting on the incident, expressed regret over Bulega's crash but denied any intentional contact, stating, "It's unfortunate that Bulega went down. I'm not sure if there was contact." Despite the controversy, Marquez emphasized the positive aspects of the race, adding, "We put on a great show for the fans, and that's what matters. It was a fun race." The World Ducati Week provided a platform for riders to showcase their skills and for fans to witness thrilling competition among Ducati's elite. As discussions continue about racing ethics and competitive spirit, Marquez's performance remains a topic of intrigue, highlighting both the thrill and challenges of elite motorcycle racing. Marc Marquez recently addressed the incident that saw Nicolo Bulega crash during the Ducati Lenovo Race of Champions at the Misano Circuit. The race, meant to be a showpiece event, ended with Bulega sliding into the gravel at the last turn as Marquez overtook him. While Francesco Bagnaia took the win, followed by Andrea Iannone, Marquez completed the podium. Bulega, visibly frustrated, was left gesturing on the ground. Marquez spoke to Sky Italia about the incident, expressing his uncertainty about whether there was any contact between him and Bulega. He explained that he felt Bulega crash, but didn't perceive any actual contact, only hearing the sound of the motorbike scraping the ground. Despite this uncertainty, Marquez went to Bulega's garage after the race to apologize and clarify the situation. According to reports from Sky Italia, Marquez also offered Bulega the helmet he used in the race as a gesture of goodwill. He reiterated his uncertainty about whether there was contact and sought to ask Bulega directly about it. Marquez speculated that Bulega might have braked more aggressively than usual to close the line, but emphasized that such incidents are part of racing. He expressed his regret for Bulega's crash and hoped he was physically fit after the incident. This event marked Marquez's first appearance at World Ducati Week, a significant occasion as he has been picked for next season's official Ducati team. The MotoGP season is set to resume next weekend at Silverstone, where Bagnaia currently leads the standings by 10 points over Jorge Martin and 56 points over Marquez. Marquez acknowledged Bagnaia's prowess, stating that he has no problem recognizing Bagnaia as the current reference point for MotoGP and Ducati. He expressed his intention to learn from Bagnaia and get as close to his level as possible. Marquez also reflected on the overtaking move, suggesting that it felt like a natural maneuver to him and nothing out of the ordinary, even if it involved another rider like Bagnaia. All 15 riders in the Race of Champions, hailing from MotoGP, World Superbikes and British Superbikes, rode the new Ducati Panigale FIV4. Marquez commented on the experience, highlighting the spirit of Ducati, which is to always push the bike and give your best. He also shared his initial struggles with the Pirelli tyres and the bike, which were new to him, but noted that his confidence grew towards the end of the race, allowing him to ride faster. Marquez marveled at the performance of the Ducati Panigale FIV4, finding it incredibly similar to a MotoGP bike. Francesco Bagnaia delivered a stellar performance in Ducati's prestigious Lenovo Race of Champions, demonstrating his dominance from the get-go. Starting from the second position on the grid, the reigning MotoGP champion swiftly took the lead before the first corner and maintained his position throughout the 10-lap race. Andrea Iannone claimed the second spot, while Marc Marquez, with a daring overtake on Nicolo Bulega, clinched third place. Ahead of the race, Bagnaia was asked about his thoughts on competing against Marc Marquez on the same bike, the Ducati Panigale FIV4, for the first time. He playfully responded with "We'll see," adding to the anticipation. This thrilling event is a centerpiece of the World Ducati Week, a grand celebration for Ducatisti fans and Italian motorcycle enthusiasts. The weekend saw almost 100,000 people gather at the Marco Simoncelli circuit in Misano, creating a vibrant atmosphere. Bagnaia's race strategy was flawless. Despite starting behind Andrea Iannone, he surged ahead with a powerful acceleration and sharp braking, taking control of the race right from the first lap. His fastest lap was clocked at 1 minute 35.431 seconds, showcasing his superior racing skills. Bagnaia's authoritative win left no room for debate, solidifying his status as a top-tier racer. Andrea Iannone, who made his return to racing this season after a 4-year suspension for doping, proved his competitive edge by finishing second. He managed to hold on to the podium position until Marc Marquez made a decisive move in the final corner. The race, though intended to be a friendly competition on street bikes, saw Marquez's determination to make his mark. Initially running in 4th place and trailing Bagnaia significantly, Marquez was more than a second behind Bulega, who held the 3rd position. In the last 2 laps, Marquez showcased his signature grit. Closing in on Bulega, he executed a strategic overtake in the final corner. Bulega, who had been riding confidently, was caught off guard and crashed into the gravel as Marquez seized the opportunity. Reflecting on the incident, Marquez said, "Unfortunately, in the last corner, I felt Nicolo overtake me very closely and he crashed. I didn't see any contact, but we will be together on the podium celebrating. It was a party." With this move, Marquez achieved his goal of finishing on the podium, joining Bagnaia, who beat him by 2.5 seconds, and Iannone. Marco Bezzecchi took the 4th spot, followed by Fabio Di Gianantonio in 5th, Franco Morbidelli in 7th, and Enea Bastianini in 8th. Jorge Martin, despite starting further back on the grid, faced early challenges. He crashed in the initial laps, veering slightly off track and rejoining at the final straight. The Pramac rider fought back valiantly to secure 9th place, finishing ahead of test rider Michel Pirro and fellow Spanish riders Alex Marquez and Alvaro Bautista, both of whom experienced a rollercoaster race. This thrilling race added another chapter to the legacy of Ducati's Race of Champions, showcasing the talents and competitive spirit of MotoGP's finest riders. Keep warming up your engines. See you at the next race.